What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Tuesday, December 18th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, who do we have at the point guard position? I like Jamal Murray from the Denver Nuggets playing the Dallas Mavericks, who have the 9th best defense overall, but they give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Jamal Murray has scored 36, 29, and 36 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 32.4 fantasy points per game on the season, in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. Jamal Murray is $6,600 DraftKings salary. He's $1,500 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 39.1 fantasy points, that's almost 6 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. Jamal Murray's got plenty of rest. I love Jamal Murray versus the Dallas Mavericks, especially on DraftKings. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all our DFS tools for NFL, and the tools for NBA are awesome. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Joe Harris from the Brooklyn Nets playing the LA Lakers, who are the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Joe Harris has scored 29, 36, and 21 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 23.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 29 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. Joe Harris is $4,900 DraftKings salary, the same price on FanDuel, so he's a great price on both sites. Projected at 22.9 fantasy points here tonight, he'll need about 25 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. This is a good spot for Joe Harris. There's 227.5 implied total points in this game. I think Joe Harris can get a piece of that. I like Joe Harris here versus the LA Lakers. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Kent Bazemore for the Atlanta Hawks playing the Washington Wizards, who are the 4th worst defense overall and give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Kent Bazemore has scored 40, 31, and 34 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 27 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 27 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. He's been playing an average of 30 minutes over the last 3 games. His scoring is way up over his average, and Kent Bazemore is still only $6,300 DraftKings salary. He's $500 more on FanDuel, projected at 29.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's almost 5 times value. He'll need about 32 fantasy points to get 5 times value. The implied total of this game is 235.5, so tons of scoring. I like Kent Bazemore versus a weak Washington Wizards defense. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like LeBron James from the LA Lakers playing the Brooklyn Nets, who are about middle of the pack defense overall, and they give up the 4th least fantasy points to opposing power forwards. But LeBron James has scored 25, 60, and 45 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 51.9 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 32% usage rate. LeBron James is $10,600 DraftKings salary. He's $900 more on FanDuel, projected at 57.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. The reason I love this pick is because LeBron James has scored 65, 68, 53, 69, and 53 fantasy points in his last 5 games versus the Brooklyn Nets. You can find that information in Draft Dashboard if you hover over the hot and cold icon, or if you have a big enough screen, you'll see it right here next to the player. It's really important to see that because otherwise I would have passed over LeBron James. Seeing that he hasn't really done well lately and he has a bad matchup, I may not have paid up for him otherwise. We're adding a ton of tools to Draft Dashboard. We just added a new player trends tool that's going to show you the top minute monsters, players that are overperforming, underperforming, so please check that out. Link is in the description. Okay, let's see who we have at the center position. I like Rondae Hollis-Jefferson from the Brooklyn Nets playing the LA Lakers, who are the 9th worst defense overall and about middle of the pack defending opposing centers. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson has scored 31, 36, and 16 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 22.4 fantasy points per game on the season, in an average of 24 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson is $5,700 DraftKings salary. He's $100 less on FanDuel, so that's a great price on both sites. Projected at 25 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 28 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. He's got 30+ point upside. This is a good matchup at home. I like Rondae Hollis-Jefferson here versus the Lakers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.